Hola, my name is Nimzul and welcome to a new episode of MKP Director's Cut. Today, guys and girls, you are going to visit the Oktoberfest area of MKP Festival. And here you can see the overall view of the park. This was my second park and it was themed in different festival or festivities celebrated around the world. And today we are going to focus in the Oktoberfest. For all those you maybe not know about this festival, is a beer fest, which is celebrated every year in September in Munich, Germany, in Bavaria. And this area was themed surrounding not exactly the Oktoberfest. It has some Oktoberfest elements, but more in a Bavarian style. So I think that's the best option to define this theming. So we are going to start from the entrance. This area was one of the three options you had when you entered this park. Here you have the festival. I would like to show you a little bit more of the entrance of the park, because in the previous areas were also entrance areas, and I didn't show you how the entrance of the park looks like, if you don't remember. To be honest, I think this one my most downloaded park, and I think I did a nice job here, to be honest, much better. Here I can see that how I improved from the first park. So here we have the shows. This park has several shows. We will cover those shows in different episodes of this series. But now let's go to the Oktoberfest area. And here we have this entrance. And here's the first thing I would like to say, because some of the people who visit this area and came to here, especially some German YouTubers, which I really love all of them. There are many German YouTubers who visit my parks, and I think nobody understood this kind of joke. The joke was this entrance city, which you can see here, is in a really Bavarian style. So some people would say this German style, but okay, this is not Germany is not not every point in Germany is like this. I mean, this is more south style. Oh, the game is saving. Oh, okay. So the joke was this area, this small area, was theming. I took the idea from a city here in Bayern, which is Rothenburg of the Teuber, and I think it's Rothenburg of the Teuber. Sorry, but if my English is bad, my German is worse. So sorry to all the Germans. And yes, so this is the small joke I make with that. Nobody got it. And here we have this entrance, and we have something really curious, which is a teaser of the wooden coaster, which is the main attraction of this area. And here on the other side, we see it also. So we have here some information, a little bit of restaurants, and everything is decorated with the typical style. I mean, it was very useful, and this was created before, I think, yes, it was created before the Warfare pack. It was the pack who includes the Bavarian style, I think. So yes, it was made before, because as I said here, it says here, this is Willkommen zum Oktoberfest. Aber sorry, I'm speaking 3 languages every day, so I'm a little bit crazy about that. So this park was released in February 2018, and yes, this is the more Oktoberfest area. And well, here you can see the really nice shot. I think this is the best shot of the area. Here you have with the coaster and the entrance, but we will look at the coaster later. We will start with the Go-Karts, and yes, because I think nobody who visit my park in their videos had the park open, and I have it open with guests, so we can enjoy the Go-Kart. So let's see. To be honest, I think it makes like 2 years since I didn't ride these cars. So let's see. All right, let's go. I'm just going to look around because I want to show you the area. And here we have some curious elements. We are really near the coaster and under the coaster at some points. We're here in this kind of fake mountain. Here we have this section. And here, this is the section I don't like from these Go-Karts, to be honest. But, all right, it was not easy to make it. As you could see, it has a really intricate track. So yeah, and I would like you to look at it more in depth, because well, this part here is clear. We have here the cube, but here we have some interaction with the other area coaster, and here we have some backstage area, but I think it's not visible from the cards. Oops. And yeah, I think at the moment I was constructing and designing this area, I thought that this was realistic. But right now I don't think so, because here you can see another interaction. And I think I would like you guys to let me know in the comments below why you think this is not realistic. I will give you my opinion. This is not realistic because of the trees and so on. I use trees in this side of the coaster. I plant some trees, and well, if you want to make it with a building, you can recreate this mountain with a building, but you cannot include trees there, or real trees, and you can put there false trees, but well, I don't think this is a really realistic construction, but well, it's much more realistic than any of the constructions of my first park, so that's much better. So let's go with the one flat ride. To be honest, I don't know which is the name of this Weisshorn. Okay, Weisshorn. Okay, so yes, in Spanish we say they are the crazy worms. I don't know. And yeah, here I made a small shout out to the tallest mountain in Germany, which is the Zugspitze. And yeah, and here we have another another ride. I don't know if this is also typical in the Oktoberfest, but I will pause the game a little bit. I used this flat ride because of these small squares. I don't know which is the word in English for that figure, but this is similar to the flag of Bavaria, which is where Oktoberfest is celebrated. So I was testing different rides for this area, and I found that when the ride started, is activated, and it was clear for me this ride should be here. It will give for all those who knows the theme, it will give them the impression that this ride was created for this area because of that. That's also another trick I use many times when I have the opportunity. So the next point is going to be the most Oktoberfest thing I have in this area. This is the Oktoberfest tent. And yes, in this park I put almost everything in Spanish. This is Spanish. Yeah, yes, in English, Spanish, and German. But all right, I'm not sure if the German is proper, even if the Spanish is proper. I forgot all my Spanish. So here you can see. Oops. This tent was the base in one special tent, which then in the Oktoberfest. I don't know which is the name, but not all the tents in the real Oktoberfest are the same, and I took the concept from one of them, which I really love it, and it gives also this flag gives also the impression that this is the Bavarian flag when you put in this with this angle. So here we have hot dogs and beer. Well, not beer, but gulpi. And yes, this was the tent. As you can see here, this tent is available as blueprint in my workshop, and you can use it in your park. And I think it's not so. We are going to check now. We are talking about the blueprints. We are going to check now the pieces, because I think this is from this park, from MKP Festival. I took much more care about the number of pieces in each park. So here you can see the whole tent, 854 pieces. Well, I think I can do it better, but well, it's a whole. It can be a centerpiece for your Oktoberfest area, and it's less than 1K pieces, and it's have a interior with shops, also a exterior area, and yeah, I think it's not a bad blueprint. I think you can use it. If you want to make an Oktoberfest area, I think it fits very well. And yeah, so in overall, I think this area, I don't know, to be honest, how many pieces this area has. We are going to count them. All right, here we have. So 6.6K pieces. I think it's not so bad, but they took the advantage of the terrain works. I think terrain works use much less pieces to cover much more space. So if you are worried about the pieces, you should use less building pieces and more terrain work. That's another tip I give you if you are interested. So I think we have checked everything, and now we will check the coaster. So let's go. And here we have the coaster. Is the Holzern, which the translation would be like woody, maybe. So, and as all my coasters from this park was presented from one of the YouTubers who visited my previous park, and this one was presented was powered by Brilliby, which is a really nice German YouTuber, which visits all my parks since the first one. And he's usually one of the first one in doing so. If you speak German, I highly recommend you to follow this guy. So here we have in the queue, we have this. I think we have to talk about the queue a little bit. I don't know if you get the concept from this video, but I tried to replicate the cuckoo clock with this crazy element of the ball swinging. But yes, to be honest, I really like this queue. So it's here a little bit raw theme, not so much, but well, just a little bit. But there is a little bit theme is much more than no theme. So that's also another rule for me. And here we have the station. And I would like to talk, because look at this. I don't know if anybody has got these shout-outs, but those are names of metro stations of the city where I live, which is Nuremberg, here in Bavaria, in Germany. So I don't know if if any one of you guys are from Nuremberg, so maybe you can recognize some of the metro stations. So here we are in the station, and as you could see, as the building is a cuckoo clock, the interior of the building is decorated like the interior of a clock. I think it makes a little bit sense. Oh, spoilers! All right. So let's ride it. All right, here we are. So this was the coaster, and now I would like to ride once again and stop in some points. I find that they are necessary to comment. But the first thing I would like to talk is this coaster has the first drop looking to the park, looking to the Halloween area. So it was not something easy to make, because it will finish the immersion of the area, but this area is not really immersive. At this point here, when you are on top of the coaster, you can see the whole park. So I think I took this immersion, I give less importance to that immersion concept and gave more importance in this coaster to the fact of you are seeing the whole park, and this is an amazing view. So that's why I brought the immersion factor in this case. So here we have the first drop. Here a little bit of airtime or something like that. And we go the first time under the mountain. And this is my favorite point of the coaster. Look at this. I will stop a little bit and check it, because this was the first time, and I like to be really honest with you guys. Every time I create a park, I learn new things. And at this point, in my second park, in this coaster, when I was creating this coaster, I noticed that if I make a really big hill, enough big to almost stop the train, I don't have to use the banks, and it is a really nice sensation, and it's not usual, but I think that it's realistic, because the train at that point is going really slow. So, and it gives you a really nice view before this drop of the Bavarian town. There you can see just before dropping. And I use also this as a brake section. So this is the steepest drop in the coaster where you reach the most speed. And yes, let's continue with the ride. And here we have this view of the flying chairs. And now we go in the last section, in the under the mountain section, and to get some more effects and not make it really boring, I decided to simulate a photo section. And yes, and here we are in the teaser point I told you before, near the entrance of the area. We get a nice view of the building. And we are at the end. And I would like to talk a little bit about this point. This point was not designed. I noticed this point in the theming phase. And when I was creating this path here, and my first intention was to hide everything. But somehow I noticed that it would look better if I don't hide it. So the people would see the houses. And that's something, it's another tip, guys and girls. You don't have to be, you have to have a plan, but you don't have to be really strict with your plan. If you find an option which you think it's better, you should try it, that option, even if it is not the plan you have. Because you can create these kind of things, these interactive things in the coaster that they are really nice, to be honest, and it is really nice to make it, and it is really nice. Notice that the people who visit my parks love them, so that's really nice interaction. So we have finished with the area, and before ending the episode, I would like to make a small resume or just say what I think this is which are the weakest point in this area and which are the highlights of this area for me. And I will start with the weakest points. I think the weakest point of this area is the intrication between the coaster and the go-karts. I mean, there are some parts of that intrication, like here, where you can see the flat ride, the coaster, and you have really good shots. This is nice, but this point here, this is for sure not realistic, because nobody can make this kind of go-karts who, after a big downside, it's loading again. All right, after a big drop-in section, look at this. This is a big drop. You got a curve. This is not feasible in real life. People will die right here. So many people. I will have to put many flowers there. So no, this is not realistic, and this is one of the weakest point of this area, the go-karts. I like, by the way, this section. The first section of the go-karts is nice, and that's brings to me to talk about the one sickness we have in the Planet Coaster creators community, which is we have everything. We have the sickness. Everybody who make their own creations. The beginning of our creation, the beginning of the layout of our creation is nice, but we do not put much attention to the end of our ride, coaster, dark ride, whatever. And this is what happened. Just this. You have this biggest drop, and here the people die, and everybody demands you. No, this is not. So I think we should. I'm trying to do so often as I can, but I know this is not always possible to design everything before building it. But a technique I use for my coaster and dark rides is when I place the station of the coaster, I place the lift hill or the launch, and just after that, before creating the whole layout, I placed the brake section. And if you do that, I think you later you don't modify that brake section, I think you can manage to make a more realistic and full coaster. So this was I think the go-karts is the point I like the less. I think it's the worst point of this area. I think I didn't show you this part of the area, which goes under the mountain and brings you to the Christmas area. But yes, I think this is not so big. And yes, so that was the go-karts were the weakest point, and I would like to show you the best point, which is this one. Look at this. Look at these people here just having fun in a beer garden in front of the coaster. They have just come out from the coaster. They grab something here to drink, and they have a really nice shot from the coaster, and even from the coaster in the other area you got a this, and even from the train of the park. So I think this area with this small beer garden with the station as a cuckoo clock is my favorite area here in the Oktoberfest theme area I created for MKP Festival. So that was all for today's episode, guys and girls. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, thumbs up, and if you like the content I'm creating for this channel, subscribe to the channel. You can find me in Twitter. My name there is Ninsul, and here also, and this was MKP Director's Cut. Adiós.